Hello internet, and welcome to my first art video where today we'll be designing a very odd concept, that being a girl who is a complete diva but also happens to wear a jacket of human skin. Jumping right in, we're going to start off with our base and continue on to writing down some other goals that we might have for this drawing. And moving into those, first we want to have bright facial features and hair. The reason why is because, tan skin, which is going to be what this jacket is made of, it's not exactly, super colorful. So what I want to do is contrast that by having this character be bright and colorful in just about every other way. And that will also move into our second goal, which is giving them a flamboyant and very casual demeanor. And you would ask, why would you want to do that? This is a horror character, but I think that there's an interesting amount of horror and comedy that can come from a character who is simultaneously and especially visually terrifying, but also seems to not cover it at all in their personality. And finally, of course, we still do want it to be quite spooky. Now, to move into our line art at last, we're going to start off with our hair, and from here I may not talk as much, but I'm still going to try and go over some of my decisions. The hair does not stay the same, I will mention that. I was kind of inspired by Diamond from Hoseki no Kuni, and you will hear me bring that up a few more times, because I'm going to be honest, when I'm thinking of divas, I think of Diamond Hoseki no Kuni. Because yeah, she's a diva, alright, definitely. And so that's the head down, and we have that, and then I am not good at drawing hands, but we will keep it at that with those little flesh gloves, because those are going to be, for the most part, the arms are going to be kind of covered up by, everything else. And if that doesn't seem like a good idea to you to just leave it at that, you are correct, because later on I did realize how unbelievably stupid that decision was. And so here you can see me moving on to actually creating a body, and I wanted her to have a little bit more weight on her, which isn't really seen in the final design, but I kind of want to also make her, if she looked a little bit more muscular, I like to have the idea of it could show that maybe she got these skins herself, maybe she took them down herself. And in that case, that would, I think, be another interesting part of her character that I think would really make her stand out. And now we are jumping into the clothing, which is, the largest part of this project. And as you can see, we are working on a quick collar here and eventually getting into our coat. And for this coat, I want it to be very large. It needs to be a centerpiece of this design. It has to be large, flamboyant, big. And you can see this first pass of the coat, I didn't go too big with it, and I definitely did end up changing that, but I want to leave my mistakes in this video because, it's a process. It's definitely a process, but so I just want to leave a few of my mistakes in here for later. And now that we've cut out from that, here is my second and final pass at this coat, and I really like this one. So another detail that you'll see me adding in here, and that you might have seen in the last one, is that this isn't solely made up of human skin, because I always thought, those little coats that have plush fur on the outside are always really interesting, so what if we mimicked that, but with human hair instead? If that sounds itchy to you, you'd be right, she just doesn't want to talk about it, I don't think. Who does want to talk about how itchy their, prized coat is? And I'm still keeping with the mini skirt, and is that a mini skirt? Who knows? And the socks and the shoes. I'm not good at drawing shoes, do not hold that against me. You'll see that later on one of these shoes kind of goes on to look like the Target dog before I fix it. So we're just gonna ignore that, because you know what? When I go back to this video a few years later and I am fantastic at drawing, I can do a redesigning video of all the things I've made, and either I'll say, wow, little me was great, or wow, little me sucked. But either way, it's a learning experience, and one day, I will be able to draw shoes, but not too well, before people think I'm into it. I don't know, does anyone get that reference? And we're on to the line art, let's go. And here we are drawing some curly hair, because pretty. And I want to lean a little bit farther away from the diamond, and you can see from here on, I actually decided to add a few more accessories into her hair. I want to, once again, go for that flamboyant design, and I want her to look like she decorates herself a lot. She's fun. She's, you know, fun. It doesn't seem like she would make, you know, a jacket out of human skin, but of course, if you look at her jacket, well, I mean, you clicked on this video, and for her eyes, they are eye-shaped. Wow, and you can see me absolutely struggling with that lash. It was horrible, honestly, and then, yeah, eyes. So after that hiccup in brain activity, we're finally working on the expression, and I wanted to make her, of course, you know, playful, flamboyant, capable of having a correctly aligned mouth. And yeah, I think it does get her personality down pretty well. I would have liked to do a better expression, but you know, there's always next time. And finally, on to the jacket. I know you're excited, if you stayed this long. So first we're working on that hair, of course, and that is yet another thing I'd like to do better on, but you know what, it's just a concept design thing. If I draw her again, that hair is going to be so much more detailed, trust me. And the coat. It's big. I don't do videos like this, you know, I didn't really think I'd be talking in front of people, but she has fingers, and I think it's really, really great when people have hands. What am I talking about anymore? I'm gonna go insane. Pardon. She has a coat. She will have a coat. At some point, when we stop struggling, she'll have a coat. And there we go, she has a coat. And I did want to kind of make it look like it was hanging off the sides a bit. I don't know how well I achieved that. And then a little bit of a mixed stitch zipper design, because I imagine it is zippered. God, could you imagine trying to get, you know, like a zipper onto human skin? I mean, I imagine that's gotta be a bit of a pain. What is it like that Pokemon? Is it like a Pokemon? I don't know. You know, if you didn't want all this rambling, you should have, like, clicked off the video in the first few minutes. So, cough break, we move on to the other side of the jacket, which is another side of the jacket. And it has sleeves and a hand that I'm not drawing, because that's a pain. Well, that finger technically counts. And now we're finally onto the shirt, and hopefully a better looking mini skirt that I attempted to put at least some amount of detail into. Is it even a mini skirt? I have no idea, actually, if that's a mini skirt. Did I already say that before? I swear, I feel like I've already said that. I'm sorry, it's been a few hours since I recorded, like, one of these last segments. And onto the socks, which, for some reason, gave me a good bit of trouble. Although, honestly, I think all that trouble is my own fault, because some of these problems were very easily solved. And are you ready for the Target dog shoe? I'm ready for the Target dog shoe. Can we get the Target dog shoe? And there we go. And that head looks like the Target dog, or whatever dog breed the Target dog is. Why did you click on this video? Why have you stayed this long? How long has it been? It's been like 9 minutes, man. It's been 9 minutes. And you're hearing me talk about Target dog shoes. That's fine, because you know what? You clicked on this video, and I'd love you for that. And these shoes are bad. And I've devolved into insanity partway through this, but I'm still gonna post it, because you know what YouTube likes. You know what YouTube viewers would like? An art video where they do just go insane, because y'all would take pleasure in that, wouldn't you? Just as you would take pleasure in how horribly this leg drawing went. Who even knows what I was doing? And onto another shoe. You know, the things that you walk on. It does not look the same as the other shoe. We're just gonna ignore that. I promise you don't even notice in the last one. Unless, you know, after I've mentioned that they don't look the same, you decide that you want to remember that for the rest of the video. And if so, I'm very sorry. But, and then I forget some line art on her leg. Because I'm a genius like that. Absolutely genius. Totally genius. And for the most part, that is our line art about done, except for a little pocket that I want to draw because it's cute. And yeah, that is for the most part our line art done. And now we finally move on to the coloring, which will be our longest segment. And I'm finally recording correctly. It is no longer connected to my headphones, so I'm so sorry for the blurry sound back there. We're working on the Shrekification of our character right now. I just didn't want to cut out all the fantastic insanity from the last one. Geez, I'm gonna need to add like a content warning for artist goes insane. Anyways, so I decided to give her a lighter, cooler tone since I'm planning on using much darker, warm tones for the jacket itself. So once again, I really want everything to stand out. And right now, I'm just going through outlining some of the stuff in their base colors, except for, you know, like the underclothing. Just so that, you know, we can get that done later. And I'm probably just going to not record anything for this part and just move on to later stuff. Okay, I'm gonna add on to this. We're back at the diamond apocalypse. I'm so sorry. The hair's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna be more diamond. I'm so sorry. Also, if you see this coloring thing that I'm doing, where I start just coloring completely outside the lines and then using the, like, select tool to erase all that, that doesn't work. Don't do that. You're gonna see me struggle so much with that later. I'm pointing it out now so I don't have to later. Jeez. And could it be we're finally on to the actual coloring? And for this one, I want it to kind of be a darker shade at the bottom in order to just kind of add some more, you know, complexity to it. And I'm going to add stitching designs with the skin just so that it kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe it was thatched on. I think it works well in making it look natural and stuff like that. And then I also decided along here that I want to add a scar. So, like, it really is put in here that, like, this is, like, not only just skin from people, but, like, from people who are getting injuries and having a life. Because I think that will add to the horror. And then I want to do some mismatched skin where, you know, some stuff needs to be patched up. Once again, I think it does add to some of the horror of it. And I will be adding a little bit of a bloody mess later on, so that it really is, you know, hammered in. The skin jacket. But for the most part, that's where we're going with this. And then I do eventually color in that pocket. Eventually. And so that looks all nice and clean up in. Do we color in the pocket? And we color in the pocket, right? We color in the pocket, right? We color in the pocket. Did I color in the pocket? Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, maybe I color in the pocket. If I color in the pocket later, you guys tell me. Wait. Is this it? Oh, never mind. So I decide to color in the hair. I assume this is, yep, just with some darker shades, just so you can really tell that, you know, it's hair, it's shiny, it's well brushed, it's itchy, and it's in the jacket, and now it is on your arms. That green arm that is not going to leave my head until I fix that. But I can't do that now because I'm recording separately from my drawing. Again, y'all saw the insanity in the title. I decided like a few minutes before I'm recording this part that yeah, I'm gonna have to add that in. So maybe you can hear me rustling around on the bed. And here we go, further into the diamond apocalypse, because I'm going to make this hair shiny and beautiful, and it's going to look too much like diamond. But I just want to add a lot of shininess and prettiness to this hair. I keep on thinking that like this hair is too unrealistic for something. No one would be able to dye their hair that color. But there actually is someone in my 3D modeling and animation class who did dye their hair colors similar to this, and I did point out, because of course I would, that they look like diamond, and it is absolutely beautiful, so we're keeping that here. Yeah, this is just diamond. You know, I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. I'm a system, and like, we split diamond, and like, I think diamond's just taking over at this point. But we're coloring in all the accessories, and it's beautiful, honestly. And now we go on to the makeup, because I do, once again, want her to look fabulous. So we're gonna give her some sparkly makeup to really add on to that, and not that. We're gonna blend that a little bit better. 1 second, can we do it? Can he do it? Yes, he can. kinda looks a little bit diseased. And I'm gonna be honest, adding on the green specks in this first part doesn't really help, but you know, we add on more glitter in a bit. And you know what? At this point, I'm just gonna stop talking and let me do the makeup. And here we go, we finally fix that green hand, because I did also want to add on some painted nails to her, because again, I didn't, add on those long nails for nothing. Usually I wouldn't really bother with adding them in, but at this point I decided, you know what? What'd I decide? Nothing really. I don't know, she just needs pretty nails. Nails are so pretty. Isn't it so crazy that we just have like this hard stuff on our fingers and we were like, wow, what if we made it pretty colors? I think that's just a beautiful thing that humanity's decided to do. Once again, I'm gonna shut the hell up. Enjoy. And now we are finally on to drawing the clothes, and this one is actually going to be fairly simple. I just wanted to do simple patterns and simple designs that contrasted the actual coat enough that it just brought in some visual interest. It really, put the coat front and center, which I think is an important part of, the design. So I did not, of course, keep this pink skirt, just that usual pink. As you can see, I try and add on little bits of light or pattern just to make it kind of look like it got a shiny, satin finish, kind of like a ribbon I got earlier. It's pretty and nice. And then, as for the shirt, I just wanted to give it a quick pattern underneath to make it look like, she focuses on her, shirts and skirts just as much as she focuses on her jacket. She just thinks the jacket's cool, so, why not add on to that? And then, it's a fairly simple one, but we're going to put some off-white on the socks, which that is not an off-white. Can we find the off-white? Off-white. And we got the off-white. And it's just going to be some pretty purple striped socks, so I'm going to just leave myself as all those so we can get onto the shoes. And maybe you wonder, wow, wouldn't it be so much better if she had mismatched socks? Well, fear not, because she will have mismatched shoes instead. And, I don't know, it's very pretty. I went for a very simple thing. I just swapped their colors on some parts and made it lighter. Just, I don't know, it's so pretty. I think that she's so pretty. And I feel just joyous and whimsy right now. And these shoes actually don't look too bad when I kind of look back on them. And I think that makes me happy. Because as you can tell, I'm just doing these talks on a stream of conscience. I don't have a script. Who needs a script? Well, clearly I do. But, I don't know, these rambles are nice. And I think those shoes are nice. Those shoes aren't actually half bad, and I'm fairly proud of this looking back on it. And finally, it's time. We add on the bloody mess. Old blood is, darker in color, and I want to think of it as it completely stained this jacket. And I'm doing this over at the seam lines, so that it really is, oh my god, I didn't color in that pocket. Sorry. And I did this over the seam lines so that, you can really tell that something was torn there, something biological was torn there. And I think that it really does add to the core of it. I think that we got the bright and colorful, we got the flamboyant, but I don't think we got the spooky quite until this moment, where now this jacket looks completely unnatural. And I think that's the important part. Now it really does look like it sticks out from the bouncy colorfulness, and like something is wrong here. And I think that that is such a nice thing. And here we go, you guys. The most important part, we color in the goddamn pocket. And then we change the color of the goddamn pocket. Because why not add more, range, I guess, to the jacket. She killed probably quite a few people, if she even killed them. And for the most part, that is finished with the bloody mess part. And in fact, that's not just finished with that, that's finished with basically the whole drawing. We just need to add on some line art color, because I think that's also very important. And this pink immediately stood out to me. And upon darkening it, I think it adds just the right amount of glow to her design. And looking back, I definitely think that we achieved bright, and we achieved flamboyant, and we definitely achieved spooky with that blood-stained jacket. And I think that we've done a great job here. You watched me go insane, you watched me design this character, and I think that in the end it was all pretty worth it. And I'm so glad that y'all stuck around with me for this, and I hope that I can do more little character design videos or drawing videos later on. And of course, we have a name for this girl. Her name is Celine, because she kind of looks like a Celine, and you can see me struggling through this heart which I added in. Because it's honestly so pathetic, and at this point you're watching me for the pathetic YouTuberness. And eventually, I just give up like a good YouTuber and give her a smile. And that would just be about it. We give her a pretty background, which isn't really too necessary in this part, but there you go. Thanks for sticking around, thanks for watching this video. I hope to reappear soon. If you could subscribe, that'd be awesome. But either way, have a great day. Bye!